greatness. You just rewired your brain. You need to stop shaking your brain that keeps you from your amazingness. And that shaking in your brain is called self-talk. The brain looks for two things. Will it kill me, the saber-toothed tiger? Or how fast can I recognize the pattern? You're about to break the patterns that you once knew. And that's scary. And Jim Rohn's favorite word, until.
All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope today finds you an amazing place. Let me get my music down here. Too many different music sources. Here we go. There we go. All right. We're a little bit silent. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Sean Murphy. I'll be your conductor this morning. We're getting on this train of faith in Think and Grow Rich. And yeah, we'll have some fun with it. So, how you doing? It's hot. It's hot. We got some hot days here in Central Arkansas. It was 102 yesterday. And yeah, I even brought one of the chickens in my office. Mama Superior, we call her. She was like, oh, this is so nice. Anyways, I digress. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, listen, faith, visualization of and belief in attainment of desire. The second step towards riches. Faith, visualization of, comma, and belief in attainment of desire. That's what we need. Faith is that next step. So what I'm doing is I'm not reading the book. You can read the book. I'm giving you my 50 times of reading it, notes and little feedbacks that I get and things that come to me while we're having the conversation now. So dive in to see what it does in the brain to have faith. See what it does in the brain to have faith. So the question is, what happens inside your brain when you have faith? Have you thought about that? I think about that a lot all the time. When you begin to have faith about something, what happens in your brain? Have you thought what turns on, what switches turn on, what levers turn off, what new activities, faith, what conversations you have at a subconscious level? When you have faith about your goals, do you realize you're giving up some old stories about who you are? That's the biggest challenge. You can get a white hot burning desire and still not believe you can do it. You know, it's that thing. It brings me back to grade school, 7th grade, when Gina Francis said she liked me, and I didn't think she liked me. I liked her. She didn't like. She said she liked me. I got a note said she liked me. Right? My point is that even when all of the things around us say this can be yours, a lot of times we don't have the faith for it. So faith is the head chemist. Faith is the head chemist of the mind. What do you think that is? Why does it? Listen, Napoleon Hill uses words specifically. The editors use words specifically. When this was published in 1937, why did they use those specific words? What did the chemist do in 1937? The chemist was the pharmacist. The chemist was the formulator of medicine. They put a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that, and give it to you for your disease, your discomfort. You follow me? Faith is the head chemist. Faith allows your brain to see things in a new way. Faith causes you to have chemical reactions inside your brain. Faith is kind of the director of the hardware. Right now, you have faith in your current story, even if you don't like the results. You have faith in it because it's what drives you to wake up late. It's what drives you to wake up early. It's what drives you to wake up in your state of energy. It's what drives you to wake up and have fun and have joy and have all of these things. Does that make sense? When faith is blended, listen carefully, here we go. I have this whole first paragraph underlined. When faith is blended with the vibration of thought, which means you got to begin to start thinking. Faith is the head chemist of the mind. When faith is blended with the vibration of thought, the subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration, translates it into its spiritual equivalent. Where does that go? Wallace D. Wattles, in The Art of Success, I consider Napoleon Hill, I'm sorry, Wallace is the science of it, and Napoleon is the art of it, Napoleon Hill. He's getting into the science of it. It's said in an artful manner. It's said in a very flowery manner for you to be able to think and create. It's really science, what Hill is talking about here. When faith is blended with the vibration of thought, you know that every thought has a vibration, yes? And do you realize that what you think about and think about, you bring about? If the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This is a powerful, most people would be on page 4 of faith right now. We haven't gotten past the third sentence. I haven't gotten past the third sentence. Some of you may have already moved on to bigger things. When faith is blended with the vibration of thought, the subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration and translates it into the spiritual equivalent, and then transmits it to the infinite intelligence, as in the case of prayer. Right there. Study that paragraph. That's what we're doing right now. Translates into the spiritual equivalent. What does that mean? If you believe your thoughts can influence your day, and you believe, let me ask you this. Listen carefully, if the goal you have, and this is for our viewing audience as well, not just those who are here in the Zoom room, if all that you wanted, all the money, all the results, all the material things, all the relationships, if all the things you desire happened today, if that would be considered a miracle in your life, drop an M in the chat. If everything you wanted, everything you thought of, everything that you desired, all happened today, right now, in the next hour, would you say that's a miracle? My question to you is this. If it's going to happen a year from now, 6 months from now, 6 minutes from now, isn't it understood then that it has to already exist? If it can happen 6 months from now, it can happen 6 seconds from now. If it can happen 6 years from now, it can happen 6 seconds from now, which means it already exists. Everything that you want already exists. Listen, It already exists in the spiritual equivalent. It already exists. It already exists in infinite intelligence. It already exists. When faith blended with the vibration of thought, those are the only two things that need to manifest it. Everything you want already exists. It's as close as your skin. Because here's the next question. How far away was it? Listen carefully. How far away was your goal the second before it manifests? Wait, what? You want to reach a rank. Let's say it's 2 ranks up from where you currently are. You want to reach an income that's doubled what you did last month. Let's say you're 90% to your goal. Let's say you're 95% to your goal. You have to acquire the last 5% of the people enrolled to reach the rank of whatever the requirement is to acquire the title that you want, money-wise, rank-wise, whatever it is. How long is it till it happens? It's usually just the blink of an eye. Follow me? Michelle and I weren't married till I said I do, and she said I'll think about it. She said she did. We were then married. Don't you plan for a while? Usually, typically, I know ours was we planned for almost a year. She planned for almost a year. I showed up. All of this planning, all of this scheduling, all of the invitations. Let me ask you, what would happen if you decided to have faith, true faith, and you invited everybody to a party at the end of the year to help celebrate your success? You know what most people never do? Invite people to the party to celebrate their success. They set a goal, they set a date, they set a desire, they set a want, they set a wish, and they get into action, they do their DMP, and they do their daily actions, they do their gratitude, and they never invite anybody to the party. What are the chances are you'll actually have the party by yourself? My mentor would say slim and none, and Slim just left town. So having faith changes everything. When people say, I have faith, I have faith. Have you invited people to the party? What party? You don't got faith. And maybe this is the first time you've heard it mentioned this way. Could be. That's my goal, is to help you see things in a way you've never saw them before. That's the definition of a mentor. A teacher will teach you what you need to know. A coach will teach you what you want to do better. And then a mentor will teach you how to do things you didn't know you could do. Have you invited people to your party? Have you set the date for your celebration? Is this making sense? All right, let me continue. Hey, let's get to the second paragraph. This is so important. I want to ask if anybody has any questions, raise your hand. If anybody has any questions, raise your hand and feel free to ask. It's that important to understand this, because if you get this, if I did a decent enough job to help you grasp this, I'm going to say it again. If I did a decent enough job to translate and transmute this into your brilliant brain for you to grasp this, life could change. So here, let me put it all together in one reading. Faith is the head chemist of the mind. When faith is blended with the vibration of thought, the subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration, translates it to its spiritual equivalent, and transmits it into the infinite intelligence, as in the case of prayer. The emotion of faith, love, and sex, sex, are the most powerful of all major emotions. When the three are blended, here's the challenge. This got a lot of people upset when it came out in 1937. You're talking about sex? Yep. The emotions of faith, love, and sex are the most powerful of all positive emotions. When the three are blended, they have the effect of coloring the vibration of thought in such a way that it instantly reaches the subconscious mind, where it is changed into the spiritual equivalent, the only form that induces a response from the infinite intelligence. Kind of got to dive into that paragraph too, don't we? What does it mean that it instantly reaches the subconscious? What did it say in the previous paragraph? The subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration, translates it to its spiritual equivalent, and transmits it, translates it, and then transmits it. You know the old time movies where the guys at the train station send a message right now? He gets it, translates it into the Morse code, and then the lines of communication send it to the receiving station. He translates it, then transmits it. You get it? This is important. I hope this is wildly important. Because you've translated all of your desires into a goal. The thing you want to feel, the way you want to feel, how you want to feel when you have the money, how you want to feel when you have the teams, how you want to feel when you have the freedom, when the debt is gone. When you feel this way, that is what you are translating into a goal, into a vibration. The challenge that most people have, that it seems like they keep getting passed over and over and over, their goals don't seem to ever just show up, is because they've never transmitted the signal. Imagine the guy is going and the lines are cut. He's doing everything right. He knows how to translate it. He knows how to transmit it. But the lines of communication are down. That's when faith needs to be rekindled. So now what they're saying is the emotions of faith, love, and sex are the most powerful of all the major positive emotions when the three are blended. Most people never blend the three of them. And if they do happen to blend the three of them, they are not thinking about their goals. They have the effect of coloring the vibration of thought in such a way. See, this is what Wallace D. Wattles was talking about. It ain't about doing certain things. It's about doing things in a certain way. Have you ever, excuse me, have you ever thought about coloring the vibration that you're sending off into the universe? What color, if you had to guess what color the vibration is of your thought that you are asking the universe to deliver to you, that you are asking to be translated and then transmitted into the infinite intelligence, what color is it? You might put a color on it now, blue or green, or I love purple. I can promise you it didn't have any color before we just talked about it right now. They have the effect of coloring the vibration of thought in such a way that it instantly reaches the subconscious, where it is changed into its spiritual equivalent. This is the only form that induces a response from the infinite intelligence. You know how, listen, how many of you have seen the videos on YouTube or any place of people standing next to the Queen's Guard, right? The guys in the red coats and the big tall black hats. And they're going, right? They're trying to get them to make a response. And some of them are so obnoxious, they've been able to transmit their signal to them that they get a response from them. Sometimes it's not a very positive response. They lay them out flat. A horse headbutts them, does something. That's what happens to us. We tick off the infinite intelligence in such a way that the only way we're getting a response is usually not a positive one. Why does this keep happening to me? Because that's the color you keep sending. Is this making sense? And so how do I change that? That's strategy. My question is why do you want to change? How to change it is easy. It's easy. The question is why. If your why is strong enough, I think it was Jim Rohn said this, if your why is strong enough, the how doesn't matter. Why would you want to change the color? Because I want better results. Why? That's not an answer. That was a fact. That was a, why do you want? What's the emotion behind why you want better? I'm tired of feeling this way. Great. You're still sending out the signal of I'm tired of, I want to feel this way, tired. You haven't told me why. Why do you deserve better? Because I'm worth more. I'm lovable. I'm this. Start getting into that frequency and then see if the color doesn't change. Is this making sense? I'm asking, is this making sense? Drop a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. If you have a question, this is the time to ask. This is the time to ask.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Shammy.
Our DMP, is it DMP? Yeah, DMP. Is it I know that I kind of know the answer, but I want to know, is it shorter better, or is making it too long not, I feel like I might be making it too long. It's like almost a whole page.
Well, that's probably not even long enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mine's about 7 pages.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Now,
so that was
the
a valid
reason,
question.
so here's why yours might be short. Of the,
It was long.
well, and the reason that you want to have more detail is so that you can have more evidence. And let me explain. The DMP, you have to have, we start off with the amount of money. We start off with, I am so happy and grateful, right? Set the stage. I am so happy and grateful now that I have acquired, fill in the blank for the money, $100,000, $200,000, $62,000, 75 cents.
Okay. What if I start if I start off with the skill for that amount? Is that okay, or is it better if I just start off right away with the amount?
Start with the money. Because here's the thing.
Okay.
You are plugging in the GPS of your mind, and your GPS needs to know a destination. It doesn't need to know if the road is hilly or there's curves, right? Or if you need to develop the skills to get around it. If you know how to drive, you'll be able to get around this. Now, there's people. Have you ever driven in Puerto Rico?
I am right now.
Okay.
Driving to school right now.
So if you drive in Puerto Rico, you can drive anywhere.
True. So true.
I mean, New York is nothing compared to Puerto Rico. Now they're a little more
I don't have it.
agitated.
I
They're a
don't
little
have the
more,
comparison.
well, I can tell you, New York, they're a little bit more agitated. Puerto Ricans on the autopista can go from line 1 to line 37 within 2 cars and just go, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. You wouldn't do that ever. You wouldn't do that in Illinois. You wouldn't do it in Ohio. You'd be afraid you get shot. The reason everybody lets everybody do that is because they're about to do it in 2. Oh man, I forgot the change, and and the credit card one is way down there. My point is that if you've driven in Puerto Rico, to say that you can drive doesn't qualify you to drive in Puerto Rico. Your GPS on your phone doesn't care whether it's in Puerto Rico or doesn't care whether it's in Miami or Oklahoma. The way the GPS works is you got to first do what? Put in the destination. Now, science and technology will tell you there's cops here, there's traffic there, it's avoid this. So you have to start with the money. It doesn't matter the skills. We don't know the skills we need till we know where we're going. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does make sense.
So you start off with the money. Now, the next thing, right? If we go back to chapter 1, it says the 6 things that you need to do. Let me go right back to it here. The 6 things are, first is start with the money. Desire. Okay, it's in here. Hold on. I know right where it's at. Come on. First thing, fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. It is not sufficient to merely say, I want plenty of money. Number 2, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. So you can leave your skills there and just put a paragraph above it. This is the amount of money we're working for. And the reason it's required, the reason it's necessary in the brain to do that is so that you have the courage to keep adjusting and keep getting better at the skills. Let me ask you this. How far is school from home?
15 minutes.
Okay. Has it ever been longer?
Yes.
Has the school moved?
No.
No. Has it ever been shorter?
Yes.
Has the school moved?
No.
No. But so did you?
Oh, that makes sense.
did you take the same 15 minutes when there was no traffic? You're like, well, it's got to take me 15 minutes. I said I was going to use all these skills. No, it was easy. So you went and you got there in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You follow me?
Mhm.
I heard your awareness go, oh, that makes sense. So if the school didn't move and it took longer, you had to have better time management. You know that if you tell the kids, listen, if we don't leave in the next 2 minutes, it's going to take us 30 minutes to get to school and we're going to be late. We got to get out of here now, right?
Yes.
That's a skill. That's a skill only a mom can understand. Somebody who drives a kid to school can understand. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Drop an S in the chat. What I'm talking about with Shammy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't leave in the next 2 minutes, it's going to take you an extra 20 minutes. This is what happens in your goals. If you do not start your goals right now, it's going to take you another decade. Exactly. Exactly. If you do not begin instantly, that's why he says begin where you are, even if it's wrong. Because if you delay for 1 moment, your old story shows up and it beats you down and it keeps you from getting your goals and it shuts down your desire and it shuts down your faith. We haven't even got into the transmutation of sex later on chapter. We haven't even gotten into that one. We haven't even gotten into mastermind. We are still only on your shoulders. So, full amount. Here's the 6 steps again. Full amount. Determine exactly what you intend to give. Do you intend to drive?
That's a hard one.
No, it's not. Let me show you how you already know. Do you intend to drive safely your kids to school?
Yes.
Anybody ever cut you off?
Yes.
Did you have written in your thing, well, I will act defensively if somebody tries to cut me off? No, you said the positive. I will get my kids safely to school. Didn't say I won't get pissed off. Didn't say nobody's going to cut me off. Nobody's going to blow the horn. By the way, in Puerto Rico, your horn is actually a part of your car's apparatus that you need to make sure works every morning.
Yeah.
So you said, I'm going to get my kids safely to school. Have you ever had to touch the brakes faster than you wanted to?
Yeah.
Yes. Was that in your DMP? Was that in your list of things? No. But your skills said, I'm going to drive safely. What does it require to drive safely? Oh, a heck of a lot. But if we pick the go ahead.
It's saying that I'm a given return time. That says that enough.
You're going to give what?
Time and effort.
But in
or
what?
It has to be more
It has to be more detail.
More specific.
Because you want to drive your kids to school safely. I know that it's going, because I know the environment. I know that you're going to have somebody cut you off. Somebody want to try, because when you're in the waiting line, you're going to have to let somebody merge in that you didn't want to let merge in because they got their bumper in front of yours while you're going 2 miles an hour. And you're like, for the love of God, that's 5 more minutes. I got to wait to drop my kid off. Come on. Right? So you've got to get specific. In what areas is the universe going to get to use your talent and skills that it can reward you? So are you going to use social media at all?
I would prefer, I mean, I like to use social media, and I'm okay with posting.
Let me ask you this.
But I don't,
take your feelings out of it. If you learned how to use social media well, would it serve you? Would it help you acquire your goals faster?
yes.
Then that's got to be something you learn, young lady. You got to get proficient at social media. Don't have to get proficient at all of them. Don't got to get good at Snapchat and Instagram and WeChat and YouChat and iChat and HeChat, whatever the hell they are. You got to get good at one of them. Just decide one. If it's IG, go play with IG. But if you are looking to acquire audiences, you're either going to be the ad or you have to run ads. Running ads cost money. You can do that. Alex Hermosi just spent probably $2 million on the launch this weekend. Some of you are going, who's Alex Hermosi? Well, he's the guy that wears the nose thing, big muscle guy, longer hair, the creator of the business school, SKOOL. And now it's 10. It was $100 a month. I'm probably going to get back on it. It's now $10 a month. They just 10x lowered the price of it because he wants everybody to be able to present their stuff. So I would offer you, if you want to look at it, let me help you look at school. You've got to be exposed. Why do you take kids to school?
So they can learn. Expose them to learning.
So what's your school, young lady? Oh, well, I don't really want to do social media. I'd like, but it's not. You got to go to school. And the biggest part of going to school is when you understand your DMP and you understand the faith you have in your DMP, in the amount of money, and you have the faith in your ability. Here's the reason that you struggle with social media is you don't think you're worthy of the love of people on social media. I can let you know firsthand, because I love you, that ain't true. Now, are you this gorgeous mom of 3? It is 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, mom of 3, beautiful, smile. We see your face here. You're going to get hit on. That's the part you probably don't want to have to deal with. You can set up the frequency when you show up on screen. that those sleaze bags aren't going to pick up the vibration of, she's hot. They'll pick up the vibration of, she's a professional. That is signal, my love. And you probably haven't allowed yourself to speak from that signal for quite a while. So there's this, I don't want to deal with the garbage of social media. There is no garbage on social media if you don't go to the trash. Ooh, snap. Does that help?
Yes, it helps.
Number
So
four.
it's,
Go ahead.
yeah, that's it. That's number 4 on the
Number 4 is create a definite plan of carrying out your desire and begin at once. 5, write out a clear statement. This is the clear statement about the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time for its acquisition. State what you intend to give in return for the money and describe clearly the plan in which you intend to accumulate it. That's probably more than a page. 6, read your written statement aloud. So it sounds the page that you currently have. When's the last time you read it?
I've been writing it and reading it twice a day, actually in alignment with your call even before.
Ooh, I love it.
Because I was listening to Napoleon Hill on YouTube and
Oh.
I started doing it. I also have like a 12, 13 principles that
Yep.
I've been writing out daily. But I am doing my DMP a little out of order and not enough detail.
Okay. So imagine if what grade is the oldest child in?
9th.
Imagine if he went to senior in high school. Imagine if he went to 12th grade right now and then 3rd grade next year. Because he went 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 12th, now back to 3rd. Would that be kind of confusing?
Yeah.
So there's a certain order in which things need to do. And this is what Wallace D. Waddle says. It's not about doing certain things. It's about doing things in a certain order. And so if we get you in the certain order, you'll see the results happen a lot faster. Because what do you like to cook?
I really like pasta.
Okay. So imagine if you called your neighbor and said, I'm going to make pasta. I'd love to invite you over. By the way, can you put a pot of water on to boil? And they had the boiling water and you had all of everything else, but you never put because they had the water boiled. That's done in the wrong way. All of the right stuff, boil water. Well, I have my neighbor boiling the water. You call me and you go, Sean, my pasta never seems to turn out. It's always crunchy. I'm like, do you boil the water? Yeah. How long do the noodles stay in? Well, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, the pot of water is boiling at my neighbor's house. The hell are you doing there? Well, I don't have a pot big enough. What?
Yeah. And to be honest, I also have to include time to kind of sit in it, because sometimes I'll rush through it. And even when I don't rush through it, I'll sit there for a few minutes, but I know I know that I should maybe sit there longer and have and like try to bring up the positive emotions, or I don't know. That's also something that I have to really include with the DMT, like the feeling.
So, do you ever test the spaghetti noodles to see if they're done?
Yes.
Why?
To make sure that they don't get too soggy or too soft, or to make sure they don't overcook.
So that you want to get them out just right?
To get them out right. Yeah.
So why do you not give yourself the same permission in the most powerful thing you want, your dreams? Take it out of your DMP just right. I go too fast. If you go too fast, ain't nobody eating your pasta, baby. You go too long, all the noodles are stuck together. It's like having one big pasta noodle. And then everybody's like, man, the spaghetti's, Mom, what'd you do to the spaghetti? Right? you owe yourself the same amount of freedom to do it right when you do your DMP.
Yes.
I know that hurts. The challenge is that it's going to continue to hurt till you start to take time for you. But I got things to do. So do you when you're doing pasta. But you get the pasta right. Why not get your DMP right? I love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was very helpful. I'm so glad I asked. Thank you.
That's what I could feel it. And somebody had the question, so I love it. So we're in the second paragraph. I think we're going to end there. Oh, there's lots of underlines and circles on the next one. We're going to end there. So we took 45 minutes on 2 paragraphs. 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. Oh, I didn't finish even the 3rd paragraph. Love and faith are psychic. Love and faith are psychic, related to the spiritual side of man. Sex is purely biological and related only to physical. So he's talking about spiritual and physical. The mixing or the blending of these 3 emotions has the effect of opening a direct line of communication between the finite thinking mind of man and infinite intelligence. That's how powerful sex is, how powerful romance, how powerful interactions are. And it goes even into more of that in the chapter on the transmutation of sex. Who'd have thunk that'd be what they're talking about in 1937? And here's the thing. Napoleon Hill was a young man when he started writing this. He probably did not have all of the experience. Where does this information come from? Do you remember where this stuff is authored from? 500 of the wealthiest individuals, majority men, are 500 of the most wealthiest individuals. These are the 13 secrets that this program was released through. Carnegie knew it. Carnegie used it. He had people part of his community who he introduced Till to, who used these same 13 principles. This is one of the principles. And this is where people get stuck. They usually stop reading Think and Grow Rich on chapter 3. And then transmutation of sex. Organized planning is not one. I think it's subconscious mind. The mystery of sex transmutation. There it is. And that is chapter 12. Chapter 11. Most people never get past chapter 11. So questions, comments, thoughts. We got about 9, 10, 12, 13 minutes. Questions, comments, thoughts.
John, if you feel like you're missing the principles, should you focus on the principles before the DMP or both at the same time?
Great question. Help me understand it better.
Well, I write the principles out at like
the 17
the principles that I feel like should be well, I have like 13 that I write constantly.
Okay.
I obviously I start getting them written down and sticky note them everywhere so my kids can read them. Because I feel like that's stuff that it should be taught in school, but
absolutely.
I'm like trying to program those principles in my head. Should I focus? Oh my God, there's a snake on the road. Oh, poor thing, it's gonna get squished.
That's usually not something you hear in Puerto Rico. I don't know that I've ever seen. I probably barely ever saw a snake. So what's principle number 1?
Well, now I am the master of my faith.
Okay. So.
And then number 2 is my definite chief aim guides my every action, which would be my major purpose. My definite major purpose guides my every action.
So if that's the case, then what is if you understood.
Ones that I'm like really I build my success with decision and courage, being decisive and courageous, like like you just mentioned with posting and using social media, that would be. But
So
just the principles in general, do I focus on the principles, DMP, or both at the same time?
well,
Do they go hand in hand?
they go hand in hand. It's what you're doing now is you're starting to play the mental instruments of a concert of a successful DMP.
Mm.
The principles you're talking about are actually vision statements, understandings. They're not part of the 17 principles. They probably are weaved in there. The 17 principles Hill talks about, the first one is definiteness of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond all things, it's definiteness of purpose. Here's the challenge where most people struggle is the second principle that Hill talks about is the mastermind alliance. And what we have right now, what you and I are doing right now is a mastermind. I'm saying stuff, translating it in a way that you are having new ideas, new thoughts. And that third mind is the mastermind. I am not the mastermind. I happen to be part of it. And you are triggering in me thoughts I've never had because I get to talk to Shammy, who's in Puerto Rico driving past a snake. That wasn't part of my morning wake up wishes. My morning wake up wishes were I want to be able to serve more, give more, have more so I can do more. And you helped me with that this morning. So understanding the principles, those will be the fuel for the fire that's lit by your DMP. You are having the fuel and it's been pouring on the floor.
Buenos días.
Buenos días, paso un buen día. And it's been pouring on the floor and there's been no heat from it because it's never been put anyplace. You got to put it into the machine and the machine is your DMP.
Oh wow, that makes complete sense. Thank you.
Right?
Yes.
Imagine you go to the gas station and you buy $10 worth of gas, but you never put it in your car. You just pump it on the ground. You'd be like, well, that's silly. You reading these principles are giving you fuel. They excite you and they get you going, but it's not going into the fuel of your DMP. It's not going into the vehicle of your DMP of doing the videos, of showing up on social media, of writing out your goals every day that you do. So you're doing parts of it. Some of the gas is getting in, but we're not moving the vehicle forward enough. So it needs the rest of that. We're not putting the pasta into the water on your stove. So you mean I got to do all of it? Nobody else can. It's called the hero's journey. You got to take it on your own. Sassafrasa, riggedy. Does that help?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
Cool. I love it. Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? Take with yous. What'd you learn? What'd you like? AJ, good morning.
Hey, enough with the soft talk. The lumberjack is on. I need some tough love this morning.
Hey, outstanding. Let me sharpen my axe.
Oh, yeah. Slice through my soul. Hey, listen, here's a question. I'm asking this purely hypothetical. I'm asking for a friend. So this did not occur to me.
Absolutely. Right.
Okay. Does emotionalization of you reading out your DMP increase through repetition? Because it may happen sometimes that you read it and you don't feel a thing.
Then the visualization doesn't work.
Oh, so you mean reading it and then as you read it, play the pictures in the mind?
Well, the picture should already be playing. Imagine, and this probably will tick off some of the females. Imagine you're at a establishment for men and they keep telling you about Candy who's coming on center stage and Candy never shows up. I don't care what her story is. I don't care how great she's 6 foot tall. She's got curves. She's right. If she never shows up, if I can't see her, the hell am I doing here? So you're reading Candy's bio, you're reading AJ's bio of all of the success and everything that's going to happen. But if there's no vision, if there's no faith, the head chemist cannot activate the vibration of thought to the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind can't instantly pick up the vibration, and it can't translate it into its spiritual equivalent and then transmits it to the infinite intelligence. So there's no faith. You can read it all day long. I know people who read their DMP and they write out their stuff and they're stuck. They're stuck. They don't go anywhere. You know why? Because they got no faith, baby. There's no Candy ain't showing up on stage when they read their vision, or Carl isn't showing up on stage when they read their vision, right? Imagine if you read your DMP and The Rock shows up, right? Boom, right? Or whoever. James Bond, Daniel Craig, whoever the hell they are, Sean Connery, whoever it is that floats your boat. If you were reading your DMP so they show up, you know there's
John Murphy shows up.
You know there's those tubes. If you ever have any pneumonia or anything happen in your thorax, in your lung capacity, they give you this device that you need to use to expand, and it has measurements on it. You suck in and the ball goes up, and you blow out and the ball goes up, and you got to maintain it at a particular height. There's measurements for that. And if you don't do that enough, they won't let you leave the hospital because your lungs haven't expanded. So what I say to you is that if you don't read your DMP and you don't cry, you ain't got it yet. Are you going to be happy when you hit your full DMP?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to be so excited that you would be screaming and telling everybody and just inviting people to go have a drink or a party?
Oh yeah.
Then
Yes,
how could you read it and not feel that? Well, I didn't think about that. There you go, not thinking. You got to invite people to the party. And the party starts when? Starts now. It doesn't start at December 31st. The party starts now so they can all show up. Do you send the invitations out after the party or before the party?
Or
So the way you're sitting, the vibration you're sitting in when you read it is the invitation you're sending out. Nobody's going to show up. Whack.
that's the mastermind I'm looking for. Not, oh, you've seen a snake. Oh, poor you. Man, this is what I'm looking for. I want that lumberjack hitting me in the head. I'm kidding, all of y'all.
Does that make sense?
Does
that
yes,
make
sir.
sense?
Yes, sir.
Imagine if they never opened the doors to the restaurant. You'd be walking by going, man, that looks like a nice place. It seems like they'd have some coffee. I think they could give me a whole carafe of orange juice. I don't know why they don't. They're not open. Imagine if they never open their doors. Could you imagine how, and you've got to think about this sometimes. Could you imagine how less than their life would be if they didn't engage with AJ? What you have to think now is there's a lot of people who need to engage with you who don't know you exist yet. And they're on their knees praying for
I
you.
got it. Thank you. And by the way, just for everybody, so this is how they welcome you at the car service shop in Serbia. That's what you get. You get a full bar with the speakers and everything.
Wow. Nice.
So that's how they welcome you. Okay, I get it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be practicing this. Thank you.
And it's you're on stage. The challenge is nobody has faith when they read their DMP that it's going to come true. It's just that simple. Well, why wouldn't I believe it's going to come true? Because you're reading it like a dead duck. You're reading it to check a box. There's no checking boxes in DMP, kind of like no crying in baseball. Checking boxes in DMP. There should only be crying in DMP. You should be so excited you want to bust out of your skin when you read your DMP. Oh, my DMP. I'm so happy and grateful now that I've made a $532,000 based upon my international business coaching incorporation, and I've created a global community. I don't even know why I want to do this. And the universe is saying, we got an order. Oh, no, we don't have an order. Actually, they're doing a refund. They don't even want what they ordered. Okay.
Got it. Will do. Thank you. Yes, sir. Well, that's the language I respond to. So I'm not. I'm just happy to hear that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, last question, comment, thought. Got 3 minutes left. And one day I'll hit puberty and my voice will stop cracking. Okay. Tomorrow we'll go to how to develop faith. Wouldn't that be neat? See, that's next. That's next in the book. How to develop faith. We'll go through that. Let me give you a little teaser. I kind of like they did in the old way. Faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion. Self-talk. It's really simple when you know the rules. Okay, I'm your head brain training. Let's activate our faith trigger. I'll see y'all where?
The next event.
At the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Rica.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydia.
Peace be
Peace be with us.
Peace
Peace
be with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the queen of helping you find your faith and turn it up, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss
Boss.
lady, baby.
Bossy.
We love you, girl. All right, everybody, like fluffy, bouncing around.
Gurgly, gurgly,
Gurgly,
gurgly.
gurgly, gurgly.
Gurgly, gurgly.
We love you, Fee. All right, everybody, have some fun today. I will see you all tomorrow morning. No call tonight during the summers. No Tuesday nights. I'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Go have some faith. Bye for now.